Welcome to International Trade and Info Channel, your gateway to mastering international trade. Whether you're a trader, exporter, or contractor, we bring you the insights and strategies to expand your global reach. Subscribe and unlock the potential of global markets.
Alright, welcome to my channel. So the last time we discussed a review of Incoterm 2020, and today we are going to go straight to all those 11 rules. Now we are looking at exports, which is in short means, stated in short, EXW. So export as a rule place most responsibility on the buyer. The buyer has so many responsibility to carry out when we are talking about exports. And the seller is expected to make the goods ready, you understand, for collection at agreed place. Commonly sellers factory, mill, plant or warehouse. So the buyer is accountable for all subsequent processes, cost, risk, which include all export procedures, starting with loading the goods on transport vehicle at seller's premises. In practical, it is not uncommon for seller to load goods into the vehicle instead, but at the risk and cost to the buyer, or maybe even within the even it can even make all this even for free of charge. However, such an agreement must have been included in the sales contract. If the buyers cannot handle this type of processes and procedures, it is very important, or in an alternative way, to agree on another terms of transport or trade terms that is most agreeable and favorable to both parties. And some FCA instead of X words shipping terms can be agreed. Let's move on now to obligations of sellers and buyers. When we are talking about X words, obligation of sellers in this regard is just like four. I'm talking about sellers' obligation. The first obligation of seller when we are talking about X words is the goods, the commercial invoice, and other documentation must be provided by the seller. So the second one is they place the goods at buyer's disposal at the named place on the agreed date. That's the second one. That is, the seller must place the goods at the buyer's disposal at the named place and at the agreed date. The third one is notice must be given to the buyer after the seller has put the goods at the agreed place on that very day. And the fourth one is export packaging and marking by seller must be done properly to make the goods available for export. So these are the four major obligations of the seller. So moving on now, I want to talk about buyers' obligations. So when the seller has placed the goods and has properly marked them for export, the next thing that the buyers need to do is to make payment. Make payment for the goods as agreed on the sales contract. The second one is to provide sellers the evidence that he has actually taken delivery of these goods. And then the third one, loading at the seller's location. Exports basically work in the sense that the buyer will load in the premises of the seller. But if otherwise agreed, or any place that they mention or agreed on on the sales agreement, so be it, and this will flow in that direction. And the number 4 is that export license custom formalities will be made or be arranged by the buyer. And the fifth one is that pre-carriage arrangement to terminal also is the responsibility of the buyer. So the sixth one is loading charges. The buyer needs to be responsible for that. The seventh one, main carriage. The buyer will make arrangements for who is going to load and carry it from the major terminal in this maybe in the seller's country to the port. I mean the port of discharge. And the eighth one is that this at this point is discharge and downward carriage. That is moving the goods from the port of discharge to the buyer's factory, mill, or warehouse. And also the ninth very important point is that import formalities and duty payment needs to be arranged by the seller. So, and the last one is the cost of pre-shipment inspection. It has to be done by the seller. So all these are it's like 10 now that I've mentioned about responsibility of the buyer. And these are the procedures when we are talking about exports. And if at any point, you don't have any, or you are not agreeing to any of these stands, the both parties need to agree on the next one that I'll be explaining, or any other one among the 11 rules. And until two of you or the party involved come to agreement onto the terms to settle for, discussion will be ongoing. And so if you up this time, if this video is very valuable to you, I want you to like and subscribe to my channel, so that at every point in time I drop a video, you will get to be notified and get vital information about international trade and other information about business. So I want to show you in summary what I've been explaining since all about. So come with me. On my screen, you can see the summary of everything I've been explaining. You can see seller's risk and seller's cost, and at the other hand, you can see buyer's cost and buyer's risk. And from all what I've been explaining about seller's location, you can see the seller's building as it is as it represents in the diagram. You can see that, and then it explains systematically what are the risk and cost of sellers and buyers. You can see as indicated, the risk and cost of seller only indicates that it's at its premises. So why buyer has so much, from export formalities and fees to pre-carriage not unloaded to delivery at name place, port, terminal, loading alongside vessel, on board ship or vessels, main carriage, on board ship or vessel, discharge at the port of destination, delivery at name place, port or terminal, onward carriage not unloaded, to import formalities and duties. So we now get to buyers' locations or premises. So these by the time you see some other ones, but by the time we continue, you will see differences in the risk and the seller's cost. And I want to believe you understand this, and you have received value in this video. And also, once again, I will ask you to give us a thumbs up, give this video a thumbs up, and then subscribe to our channel, so that at every point I drop a video like this, you'll be the first person to be notified. So you will see me in the next video describing the next term when we are talking about Incoterm 2020. So I will see you in the next video.